Back. So why do you think I came back right now? What's your guess? Why did I come on stream at all today? Can you guys guess why? No, it's has nothing to do with the move into the close. It's uh it's a really simple reason, but just any guesses why I got on stream? By the way, I hope they come back to 379.80, maybe 379.60. I'll grab me a 380 for the push to 382 into the close. But we might get some stupid squeeze here. It's looking like it, um, which may give a decent short, depending how quick they get there. So this posture here, they should pull back on this 5 minute. Mainly because of this. I mean, well, anything's possible, but there should be a pullback with this posture here. If they keep going, depending how much they're going to go, it's going to suck because I almost bought a 380 for 60 cents on this dip right here because I'm like, they're running 382, so 381 at a minimum, so you can't lose on the trade. But anyone know why I came back on stream? What the fuck was that? Oh, SPY. It was 8050 bid. I had two bells in there. It's you probably won't guess. It's not a mystery, or it's not like that hard to figure out. But because after being on tilt yesterday, I completely redeemed myself today, and I made 2 G's. No, I'm kidding. I didn't make 2 G's, but I did redeem myself. I got back every penny that I let go from yesterday's gap run. And here you go. Let me just show you what I did. I sold. I was in the 377s and the 378s, and here was my target right here. Right here, 365 to 375. Okay, here's my target. I wasn't being strict with it. I thought they would hit 75, which they did on this run. And as I seen this kind of rising wedge, and I'm like, you know what? They're probably gonna spike 80, just because I did the right thing. Okay, and of course, they do this. Now, granted, this is shoulda, coulda, woulda. I did the absolute right thing. Absolutely. And staying in this would have been stupid, like I always do, like an idiot. Just non-stop winner after winner. And, you know, yesterday, 370% on that 375 call apparently wasn't enough. 370% is not enough. No, you need to get 400%. I'm sorry, I had 270%. And with my target, I would have got 300%. So right here, my last fill on the 378s was 75 cents. And I sold the last one at 275 for a solid 3.7 bagger, I think. 3.7 bagger on my last sell on the 378s that I had at 75. Now, granted, they were down. I was sitting through all this shit here. I was down. And then once this move happened, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take green. You know, the chart had reason to be, for, you know, not, right here, I was looking for, I forgot what it was. Oh, right here. It's 378.60. This is what I was looking for here. And then this target right here at 378.95. And then they just never looked back. And the 1 minute, anyway, I hung in there. I sold right here at 379.70. Pretty much right here. Okay. I sold. Did the right thing. Why? Okay, yeah, they kept going. But that's stupid. Okay. Because I had a 3.7 bagger on one of those 378s. Okay. That's my worst habit. Absolute worst habit, which you guys saw yesterday. Staying there. I have a 3.7 bagger on the trade. The trade is over. I had targets there, upper VWAP. You know, that's what I do. It's like, oh, they'll probably spike 380, and guess what they did? They did. Okay, and high day. So this time it worked out if I would have stayed in there, because that's where I 100%. I had sell orders based on the price of breaking 380. The sell orders were in there, and when I looked at the chart in hindsight, I would have got tagged perfectly. I had a 377, and my sell order was at 237. The high was 240. So I completely killed the projected price of those calls if they spiked 380. And they did. But then they also came back here. When they came back here, then I was down on the trade relative to here. So then we're going to play that game that I played yesterday, that stupid game I play all the time. Oh, they're probably going to push into the close. Yeah, now they did. Of course they did, because I wasn't in it, right? So I did the right thing. I murdered the trade. I got back all my profit from yesterday. Now, you know, I'm not going to shoulda, coulda, woulda, because I would have had double the profit if I would have sold yesterday at the gap. I would have doubled my profit. Okay, hold on a second. These 380s here. This is good here. Okay, gonna let this 1 minute firm up here. And that's another thing. Jumping in the trade preemptively. Right now, this is, I think this holds. So this was shaky into this move. Okay, this was shaky here, right here. Momentum is slowing. Now it's waning. Doesn't mean we dump right here because we're way up here. But I think we're going to get our 4th of July rally here. The 380s for 50. Ooh. Okay, but what I'm saying is I'll pay a premium. Why will I pay a premium? Because right now there's no confirmation on the 1 minute. We're in a correction here. You're assuming this is going to right itself getting in the trade. That's not what you do. It's probably going to work because I'm not jumping in. I bet you. Because I was going to get these for 50 cents no matter what. And I would have gotten filled there. The low was 51. Okay, whatever. Maybe even spike a little lower. I bet you it works because I'm being patient here. But that's not the right thing to do. And another reason why I wanted to get in it, even if I picked up that one at 50, even if it just went to 0, you know, I still had an awesome day. But besides the point. Okay. Because I think they're going to run this target right here. You know, 382 run. So we're going to get the run that should have happened yesterday. Well, not should have, but, you know, that we wanted. So we wanted that 8150 run. That's a little bit of a shot here. But I'm an idiot. And here's what I didn't do too. So if I'm, you guys need to remind me for this. Always flip the chart. Okay, that's something that I love to do because I'm great. I'm amazing from the long side. So yesterday I didn't even do that one time because I was just so sucked into the trade. You know, high as a kite with my you know, 3.5 bagger. Yeah, by the way, today I got a 3.7 bagger. So tick, tick, tick. I think it was the same, about a 3.7 bagger. Funny how that works out. Okay. I mean, look at here. I got in here at 374. I ride it all the way to the gap like idiot. What am I doing? That's such a bad habit of mine. How stupid is that? The trade is over. It's amazing they got to the gap. You had the shelf here at 379. Okay. They break. You got 380. You have the gap. And that's still not enough? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And without looking back. You know, they didn't consolidate for 30 minutes or, you know, without, it was pretty much essentially straight up, and generally speaking. And my dumbass is in there hanging around, okay, through all this stuff, you know, all the things I always talk about. And I'm in there like, oh, yeah, they're probably going to, you know, they're going to break these pivots here. 381.5, I'm selling. Okay, so if they hit 318, that's another $1. So I risked, you know, the whole trade for another goddamn $1. I mean, that's just a bad habit of mine. That if I could fix that, you know, it's man, if I could just fix that, the trades are there. I got to look at it, but I think I've been green since Friday. Every day, every trade worked perfectly. Now, you know, the entries weren't perfect. I didn't bottom tick and all that. Besides the point, every day my trades worked out exactly how I said they would. And stupid me, just like Wednesday here, I called, you know, they're gonna just rip it. It's gonna come out of nowhere. Exactly happened. You know, getting greedy. You know, assuming they're gonna break high day. I stick in this. I eventually turn green, but like an idiot, like so stupid. And then what do? The next goddamn day, the same goddamn thing. And the reason I justify it was the chart was way better than here, and it was. Besides the point. Jesus Christ. So every day this week, all my trades I killed. Except this day. I'm sorry. Except Tuesday. Except Tuesday. Tuesday was the day, my only bad day right here. I gotta look back, you know. I'm pretty sure. I gotta look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost Tuesday. I called it wrong. You know, this chase. And we're playing the bounce. Yeah, so Tuesday I was wrong. But every day here, killed it the past 2 days. Killed it. Killed it past 2 days. The days here, I did pretty good. Caught some moves. The bottom line is I'm green, like, for sure 80% of the time, okay? 80% of my trades. Now, I don't know if it's actually 80, because that's like a crazy win rate, okay? But, I mean, most of my days are green. So right now you're guessing. And see, here's the thing. So right now I killed it. So right now, if I took that $50 trade on the 380s, I could lose every penny of that, and I still had a killer day. But why? You can't just, you know, most people when they're up, they throw their money away. That's what I do. It's like, oh, I got the cushion, this and that. Okay, now I got some money to play with. No. There's no setup here. You don't have confirmation. The 5 minutes kind of wishy-washy. They're probably going to squeeze it to the close because they never came back here. They never came back to 378 or here. They're unlikely coming back here. Okay? And I have targets at 381.5 and 382. They never really gave a good pullback. The 1 hour is looking great. I might swing a call, to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe. This is going to have follow through to Monday or Tuesday. But, you know, they could gap it up and then fade the gap. You know, that's a roll of the dice. But we're having follow through. Okay? We got a sort. Well, here's the this is a running divergence here. MACD cross. Tuesday we're gonna have a green day. Okay, there's follow through on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. You know, we'll assess the chart as we get more. So, ES looks great. ES looks good on this hourly. This is a buy the dip here. They just didn't dip as much as I wanted to. But on this candle close, I'm like, this is buy the dip going forward. And, you know, well, there's a trend line there. So I didn't fully analyze it because I already took my profits right here. You know, against the highs. So I killed it. I killed that trade. Yeah, I was down pretty good right here through all this crap. You know, I didn't, you know, no bottom ticking or even close to it by any means. You know, I didn't buy the breakout here. You know, I was already in the trade, okay? But besides the point, my 377, I made like 80%, and then the 378s, I averaged probably a 2.5 bagger. One of them being a 3.7 bagger on my last sell. Okay, so killed the trade. It doesn't matter if I was down. Besides the point. Now I will admit here it was looking shaky, and I was just like, getting in the trade too early, and I was definitely wasn't happy. I didn't think it was going to turn red. It was just I could have got a much better entry because I was thinking they're just going to break this, and then who knows from here, hit this trend line right here. This was pretty much where my target here at 38.02 and 379.65. They came short, got it there. I stayed in because the chart was looking good on another leg, and then I sold here, I think. So killed the trade. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but man, I got to be patient. I got to be patient, more patient, and I just got to take those profits. Oh, the chart's still in the posture. It's like that's what's hard, because when you're green on the trade and the chart is where it is, it's unless like the chart is like, see, like we're over here right now too. We have the VWAP. So this is a roll of the dice right here. As of right now, unless they come down again and then you get some dip entry, and I'm not saying short, but this is not a high probability trade at all, strictly because of this. Strictly because of this. Just like what's his name? I forgot the guy's name. It's funny, his name is Epstein. Ira. We'll call him Ira. Just like Ira says, 5% of the time, price will stay above or below the Bollinger Band and stay there for a move. 5% of the time. I bet you it's the same with this too. Okay, and that's probably why it's working, because it's not a really good entry. There's other reasons why the hourly. There's other reasons why we're going to probably push higher. But this, you don't want to take that trade. I'm not going to take the trade. It would have worked out here if I bought them at 50 cents. They're probably going to break 81. Okay, they're probably going to hit 381. So at a minimum, that would have been a double. Beyond that, who knows? So, and it's only 50 bucks. Okay, so, but it doesn't matter right now. Like, that's what's hard. Okay, and the reason I'm impatient is because in my head I'm thinking like, I'm in my head visualizing my account growing. Bang, bang, bang. Not like making 10K in a week, but like I'm visualizing. Okay, this can turn to this and this and that. The 10% a day, the 20% a day, doubling my count in a day. Okay, stuff like that. You're only like 7 doubles away from like a crazy account with starting with 500 bucks or 1,000 bucks. Okay, so this is what's good. If they really get extended, this will be a good short because of this VWAP band. This is the smoking gun, the red flag here, for a short if they really get extended, like a spike, a squeeze, to come back here. And then where's those 380s? They're doubled already. Whatever. As I'm giving the speech on waiting for confirmation. So right now the confirmation for the 380s, getting these for 80 cents would be oh, you already missed your entry there for 80 cents on this 1 minute candle. You could have gotten at 82 as a low. They might have let you in at 80, depending on who was on the bid. So you'd be for 80 cents, hoping for that 382 push, which is target. So you would double, even if you got in on this dip right here. But it's a high risk trade, and see, that's what's hard, because I can't day trade. I can't take those trades, because right now if I got them at 80 cents, there you go. I'm up 50%. Bam. Take a trade, scalp. The second you see this 1 minute start to fade, put in a tail or whatever, bam, you're out. Even if it's only 10% on the trade. The fact that you could scalp, who cares? If you missed 50% and then it faded and you took 10%, you still made the 10% on your scalp. You could get back in. So, that's why trading is so hard, man. You're your own worst enemy. Here, let me ask you guys something. Okay? How would you, okay, let me ask you this. Just full honesty. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate my calls? or my winning percentage, as far as I'm saying, like, okay, here's a good entry, here's target. What would you rate me on a scale of 1 to 10? With my calls, the trades I get into and where they go, what percentage I'm right. Scale to 1 to 10, just full honesty. What would you rate me based on my calls? Or you could give me a winning percentage, which is kind of on the scale to 1 to 10. So you could say, you're probably right 70% of the time or something like that. You guys there? Anyone? Man, it's getting hot in here. That's another reason with the streaming. It was nice all day until now. You guys hear me? Anyone? Hello? Hello? You guys listening? Can you hear me? Okay, anyone else? Scale to 1 to 10, my calls. So, or you could say my winning percentage. So Vlad's saying 7 out of 10. So that means I have a 70% winning percentage. Anyone else? Full honesty. No ass kissing, no nothing. What would you rate me on a scale to 1 to 10 as far as my setups? Like, okay, here's the setup. All right, I'm in. Here's target. This is what's going to happen based on the posture. So scale to 1 to 10 or a winning percentage, which is kind of similar. All right, anyway, I'll go based off of Vlad there, okay? So let's just go based off of that. So 70%, let's say it is that. Okay, when I was with Tradovate, I had a streak there with like for a while I had like a mid 80% win rate. It was actually high 80% win rate. And then it came down to like mid and then low 80s, and then eventually it rolled over. But I maintained a high 80% win rate because Tradovate tells you all your statistics. Okay, it wasn't just for, an hour. I think it was for like a couple days with lots of scalps, because obviously I was scalping with features, Okay, wow, okay. There you go. And I'm being honest with myself here, okay? So, TUA, that's, yeah, okay. That's pretty spot on right there with how I feel. This is me being honest with myself. There's no bragging here, okay? In this game, you have to be brutally honest with yourself, okay? Or you're never going to make it. Brutal honesty, because this is a brutal game. A brutal game. There's just no mercy in this game at all. No mercy. Okay? So, TUA, I like that, okay? Yeah. No, I like how you put that. That's a pretty spot on analysis right there. And here's what I'm leading into. 9 on analysis. So, I think that's fair. Nobody's a 10, okay? That's probably no one can get a 10, okay? And I'm not saying I'm the best because nobody could get a 10. I'm saying my point of that is, here's my point of why I'm my own worst enemy. I have these analysis right there, 8 on the calls, whatever, okay? So I read the market amazingly well, okay? Some sick calls. I mean, again, not bragging here, because I'm an idiot for what I did with them. I mean, come on, yesterday, how I laid it out? And this isn't, it's not me. This is me. And so you could rate me on also, a 9 or 10 on analysis. So I'm reading the market correctly. Reading it and doing it is another thing. Now here we go. See, look at this. That's gonna suck, man. Because if I got those for 50 cents, that would have been a 4-bagger. Oh well, I gotta eat right now. I'm talking, all that. So, I mean, come on. Yesterday, I was rewatching the tape as it was playing out here. I'm just like, dude, so sick, so sick. Now I didn't know this was gonna happen as I laid it out. You're not gonna know this happens, but interpreting the market, reading the market, so spot on more often than not. Like amazingly awesome of interpreting. Yeah, this kind of sucks. See, so I was right about that too. But you know, again, I said high risk trade. ES was above this already, and now it's getting worse. But right here, this was shaky right here. This is a shaky posture. This is, you don't want this look right here, and this is why it worked. Because not saying this is going to cross and we're going to roll over, but you know, this is not an ideal look. But price is telling momentum where to go. So it doesn't matter how this looks, and it could not work 90% of the time. That doesn't matter. Price is going to take it wherever price is going to take it. You know, I don't know extreme moves like where the limit is on this number here, where this can go. But hypothetically, let's say on a squeeze, this just kept going and going and going, like the rarest move you ever saw. And this went to whatever number, and it was so extended. You know, of course it could do that. This could go to infinity in theory. You know, if you have some simulator and you could put in price where it just keeps going, well, this is going to keep going. Because this is going where price is going. Okay, anyway, besides the point. Not a high probability setup. This was shaky. Okay? But going back to yesterday's, the past 2 days, this move here, I honestly thought they were going to, you know, spike a little bit more. But the way it played out was spot on because of the chart posture. Reading the chart. Okay, comes from experience. And this isn't bragging. You know why? Because you know how many times I failed? You know, that's why I was not, you know, you could be impressed by it, but like professional athletes or like becoming, you know, trying to be a baseball player, football player, whatever. Like part of me didn't find it impressive because it's like, yeah, no shit, you better be good. You practice every single day. Day after day after day after day after day after day, you know, doing it over and 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 over. So it's like, you better be good after spending that much time practicing whatever you're practicing. So part of me doesn't find it impressive. Because what would be impressive is if you were a natural. Okay, I don't think you could be a natural in this game. Because intelligence has nothing to do with it. It's, you know, sure, some people get it quicker and all that, but you're not gonna make it, you know, as a quote unquote pro trader, full-time job, you know, like in a year. Like that's just probably like 1 in a million, more than that, you know. But what I'm saying is, like, you know how much it took, dedication, failing, watching videos every day, studying the charts, studying charts every day, getting lost in the matrix, just kind of, you know, becoming one with the market, with like just deep focus and analysis of the charts. You know, that's why I could do that stuff. But that's the thing. So what TUA said, they're even like making these sick calls just to show how hard trading is. I'm still a loser. I mean, how crazy is that? How crazy is yesterday's day that I didn't sell that gap? I mean, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And then, of course, today, the time that if I held in, well, here we go. The 378s that I sold at 292 are knocking on 350. And the 377s that I sold at 275 are almost, so they're pretty much doubled from where I sold. The time I do sell and do the right thing. I mean, that's how it works, right? That's just bad luck. Why? Because look at this posture. This is very rare. Okay? This is very rare. Coming from here and staying like this, that's not a high probability setup. After this move here, the hourly and other stuff look good, but the point is, what if we pull? Now look at this shit. This, you know, this sucks. Whatever. I'm not gonna be mad, but I mean, come on, man. Now it's kind of shaky if you want to take a short, unless we get some spike of 382. You know, looking for maybe a point. Anyway, a consolidation will kill the trade, and then I'm back where I was here with the consolidation. That they even let me back in here. Look at this. Almost back up to high day. But then it's like, oh, well, since they're here, well, I didn't wait this whole time just to get out where I was over an hour earlier, and oh, the chart, they're probably in a spike high day, right? They didn't, like then you get into that shit. That's not how you can trade. Okay, IT isn't in here, but IT is the best seller in this room by a long shot. He has awesome sells. Like you sell into the move. You don't stay in there. Oh, okay, it could hang. No, 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 no. You're a winner. Here to the gap. That's a grand slam trade. Like it doesn't get better than this. Okay. Like sure, it could obviously get better percentage wise, but as far as getting in here, staying in for, and then all the way to the gap fill, you can't ask for a better trade. I mean, this is sick, absolutely sick. So the fact that I even stayed in that whole way, okay, is sick in and of itself. That number one, it got there, and two, that I stayed in the trade is absolutely sick, just unbelievable. Okay, but here's the thing: most of the time, this doesn't happen. Most of the time, this move doesn't follow through. Okay, now you could argue nitpick it. Yeah, they had to pull back in the 1 minute. You can nitpick it. But this posture, most of the time, this is not a high probability posture with an hour left. Now, yeah, you could have got in and maybe they broke high day, pulled back. You could have got a trade. Not saying you had to stay in for the whole move that I was expecting. Okay, but that's just bad habits. So right now, I don't care. I killed it today. I killed it. I got back every penny from yesterday. Okay, all the profits from yesterday that I had, on the dollar wise profits, I pretty much got out at the gap. Okay, so I'm happy. I don't care. And now I'm looking at this. I won for the day. When I was getting my water before I got on, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm done. I don't even have to put on another trade. So yeah, that's that. I'm my own worst enemy here. And Wednesday, I forgot what it was. I was up like, I don't know what it was. It was definitely 50% for sure. Okay, and then I could have got back in. So because if I got out of the trade, into this push here, we got a falling 200 or 100 right here. Okay, in hindsight, whatever. Without getting into the trade, I could have got back in here because I would have a clear mindset of it's a fresh trade, and I could have got in, on this dip without being. I could have got in more aggressively at this support here without being fearful, because now my winner is turning into the loser, and I don't want to royally mess it up getting in, and then it just doesn't work out, and it changes your mindset. Okay, I could have got in and been more aggressive, reloading back here, and then you got the pop again. Okay, and here we go. Look at this shit. I'm not mad. I'm a little annoyed I didn't get aggressive there. I mean, look at this shit. There's my line. I wish it showed when you put the line there. I mean, not that you guys doubt me. So I don't have to. I'm talking to the wrong people here. What? 3. We'll talk about that later. 381.88. Okay. Regardless. Ish. Okay. Really a 75. I mean, this is looking like it's going to hit right here. We're going to get a push, and now we're going into murder algo. So maybe I just won't even put on a trade. I mean, I'm good. I'm happy. I saved the week. I saved the week, especially going on the 4th of July. That's why I got on stream, because I saved the week. Like, awesomely. And, I was thinking of holding the 1. I was holding the 1, so I did sell. I had 3 calls. When they got up here to my target at 65, so let's go live in the moment. Okay, let's go in the moment here as the trade is playing out. So my target all along right here. Okay, 63, whatever. I was looking for 65. They're probably going to make a 75 run. Here, the first run, where do they hit? 70. Okay, 70. And they drop almost 50 cents. Okay. So that flag target's spot on. And targets don't mean go short and the move's over. It's just that, a target. So guess what? You think I'm the only guy that knows this? Of course not. This is basic technical measured move analysis. That's why you got that. You had upper VWAP, you all that stuff. And the moves just happen to stick together. Okay, so I got out my 377 because that was the one that was further, well, in the money, but it was the more shaky one, being a point further. I'm sorry, the 378. The 378 I sold first. That was the one most prone to price movement. They both are, but I saw the most riskier one first to lock it in because one pullback or whatever could just really wipe gains very quickly from something that's not as deep in the money. So I took that one off first, and then here, hold on, let me see where I sold. Now, I'm just curious. I sold at 33, 33, and 35. Okay, so yeah. Oh, right here. Yeah, okay. So right at the move, into the high. 33, 33 were two sells. I held the one just to see maybe they spike. And then this look was looking shaky. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm out. So look at this. If that happened to be it, and that VWAP band, I'm like, no, I'm out. And I had that resistance line I was looking for. I was looking for this line plus 75, and they hit it there. And granted, they didn't reject, and that was it. But that held it back. Okay? So I was looking for that line plus 75 for the sell, no matter what. Okay? And then maybe holding the one. So I sold sell, sell, sell. Okay? Bam. Top ticking the move, essentially. Okay, it doesn't matter that it went higher, but that was the right thing to do. Not wait around. Okay, they're going to come back to this pivot, and then maybe they go again. No, that was the right thing to do. Okay, so I killed it right here. The move's over. I mean, look where we came from too. We're pretty damn extended here. Oh, murder algo? Are we in murder algo right here? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Do I buy the dip? Okay, right now this is very shaky. Let's look at this 5-minute. And again, it doesn't mean they have to make that run to that target. Do they reverse this and jam it? 4th of July? Nah, whatever. No. Let them do what they're going to do. Okay. So right here, look where we are from this move. Plus, look, you have high day here. You're at high a day. You're challenging the highs. All this shit here. That's an automatic sell no matter what. Depending on the chart posture, especially because this extension. Look at this. You have this big space here that they just blew right through. Plus high day, that's a sell. It doesn't matter what happens. So, we're coming off of here. Look at this move. It wasn't a crazy move, but that's 3.5 points. Without a consolidation in price or time. A good one. Textbook, they're coming back here. Okay? And if they come back here, you don't know what's happening after they come back there. So I did the absolute right thing. And again, unfortunate this time. I could have hung in there like I did yesterday and got paid. But the wrong thing to do. So I'm happy because I killed it on the trade and because I did the right thing, technically speaking. I'm happy for both reasons. Okay? So into this move, I'm not going to look at every 5-minute and this and that, but and this was possibly on the table, okay? I'm like, they might do this, the posture of ES and everything, saying that they might do this here. So let's see here. So we're only talking, well, that is $1 here. All right, so now am I going to get in when I could have gotten there and got the triple, and now I'm going to get in and they're, wow, that's trading, right? Now I'm just like, oh, maybe I'll get in now. You know what, the 80s, though, for in the money, there's no reason to get in right now, but if they do it, they're going to, okay, this doesn't look good here, this. They had their chance here to jam it up, so this is very shaky. So if they were going to hold it, they wouldn't come back this much. They wouldn't come back this much. They would get some kind of spike, and then, a big green candle back up here, and then you're like, it's a chase. That's how this would have played out. So right now, this is too much damage here, so there's no trade here. But oh, and as far as the 7 on rating me 7 on aggressiveness, um, I'm a definitely 100 out of 10 on exits. Okay, you want to talk about aggressive? I'm 100 out of 10 on exits. I'm off the scales. There's no rating. You can't even rate me how aggressive I am on my exits. Um, because I stay in way past my state. For the entries, yeah, I'm pretty aggressive. And actually, I do need to be more patient because many times. So this time it worked. My gut feeling was like they're gonna break 81 at a minimum. The chart, other reasons too. But right here, normally, so I did the right thing by not getting in because there was no cross, just willy-nilly here at that 50 cent. It just so happened to work out. But there's many times where I'm like, Jesus Christ, we didn't even get a momentum cross on the 1 minute, let alone the 5 minute. What am I doing here getting in? The 1 minute didn't even confirm. It's like, it looks like it's going to turn. There's other things, pivots, support, trend lines, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't matter. Because if this move is going higher, this is going to cross. It has to cross. So sacrifice a little profit for much less risk. And that's, again, everyone's looking at this. Obviously, I'm not the only guy. I mean, there's a lot of people looking at this. Just even noobs looking at basic MACD crosses. So everyone's looking at this. So this posture right here, it wasn't MACD, it was this. This was, this does happen. But this look here, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. And this doesn't mean, again, we're going to cross and pull the rug. That doesn't mean that has to happen. It's just the manner in which this happened. Because, again, price dictates the chart. So there's probabilities, but it doesn't matter what it looks like. If the market's going up, this is going up. End of story. But I like certain postures like this. I really like them from down here because you kind of get, I'll show you next time I see it, but there's certain postures from lower here, a similar thing to this. I love them because I usually can sniff them out. And if there's other reasons saying, we're going to get follow through, I love those because they usually work out really good because then you get the fake out and then it really works out because everyone's faked out. So let's see here. What do we got here? Could I get a 380 here? Being in the money. It's a gamble here. It's a gamble. The 50. Let's see. The 380 for. Am I gonna roll the dice on a 380? You know what? Yeah, this is a roll of the dice. The 380 is the way to go, but for the 81, I could just buy it for a quarter. You know what? I'm gonna get 81. For a quarter. Alright, I'm in for, okay, it might not work out, but I'm going to take a little gamble here. Just because they might jam it, 4th of July excitement here. So again, this is a pure gamble here, but it's 25 bucks. Because, they already came up here. The 15-minute looks good for a potential push here. We're coming back into here. They already back tested this, so there's reasons. I'm going to offer this out. At 75 cents with a high day break. So if it doesn't work, that's okay. So I rather, that was my rationale for that trade, because the 380 is a safer bet because it's in the money, but it costs a lot more too. So I could have paid 80 bucks for it, but if they just fully pull the rug here, I lose 80 bucks. So even though the 81 is much riskier, it's only costing me 25 bucks for the potential, to make at least a similar amount. Well, percentage-wise, you could really make it. Let's see what they do here. Again, total gamble there. Just because they came short of, they didn't even break 75. It doesn't mean it has to do that. But the 15-minute is supportive of them holding it together at a minimum, and possibly trying to make an attempt. We only got a couple more minutes here. Let's look at ES here. Where are we at here? Yeah, it's a gamble. I said that going into it. Total gamble. But ES hourly was looking like they could jam it into the close. Just like, bam, 4th of July, there's your rally. Just some stupid jam into the close. And the hourly is very strong on ES. The hourly is very strong here. We got that DWAP in. Yeah. Again, it was $25. So Monday should have follow through. Monday should have follow through. Yeah, totally shaky here on this 1 minute with that 9. It's probably not going to work. Alright, I'm out at 33. Whatever. They may keep going. They probably will now that I got out. Oh well. So there you go. I made 20% on the trade. I didn't want to sacrifice even any money on that. But there you go. There's an example. So the setup's shaky. So, it's like, oh, it's only $25. I'm going to risk it. But it's a shaky setup. Right now, you don't know. It's trying to push again. Shaky setup. But the point is, I made. What is it? Let's get tech. Let's. Here we go. 8 divided by. All right, I made 30% on the trade. Okay. So look, it's working now. Watch how it's gonna work out now. I don't know. It's very shaky. They might. We got a cross here, so they're probably gonna at least make a run here. So where are those at the? So want to talk about scalping? Well, there you go. There's a scalp for you. You just witnessed a scalp. The point is, dude, it's all psychology, man. Trading. I had my order. I was gonna move my order to 50. I would have got a double out of it there. The high was 50. Oh well. It is what it is. You can't nitpick that stuff. Oh, I should have done this. Maybe There's just so much going on here. But so, when did I get in here? So in 3 minutes, in 3.5 minutes, I made 30%. It doesn't matter that it was $8. I made 30% in 3.5 minutes on an extremely risky trade into the close, which I only have till 3:05 for it to work because they're going to sell me out for being in the money. So right now, where are they at? Now they're back. Now I'm right on the trade. So there you go. So see how I did the right thing there? Now, okay, this is I'm how do I put this? I'm not Mr. I do the right thing all the time now. Like, believe me, there's gonna be mistakes coming. I'm not maybe this is my turning point, but likely not. But rather than the mentality of, oh, it's only $25, so I'm gonna risk 25. Maybe I get that 3-bagger to make 50. It's only $25. It's only, but yeah, all that stuff adds up there. The point is, the chart was shaky. It kind of spiked there. It still was shaky. As I saw it, I'm looking. I'm like, no. And guess what? I sold at 33. Now they're at $20, and I'm down on the trade. So the chart wasn't supportive of, okay, It's not like we're here, okay, in the midst of a move, and then the little dips. You're like, oh, should I sell? I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. But no, the chart is supporting the move. Here, this is wishy-washy. You don't know what's going to happen here. So there you go. I took my $8 on the trade. I did the right thing because right now they're a few bucks below where I sold them, but now we got time ticking here. I only have like another minute before they'd sell me out here of these in the money options. As far as Monday, it's a roll of the dice if you want to swing some calls. But I'm sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be a buy the dip tape based on SPY going into Tuesday. Oh, another thing too. Once this candle closed, what kept me in the trade beyond my target of 38.08 and 38.06. Okay, what kept me behind it was this hourly close. It was very likely that they're probably gonna break high day, but I didn't stay in for that. I didn't risk it. That this bear flag is busted because we were bear flagging all day. Okay, this bear flag right here. Okay, and then once they closed up here, closing a 61% retrace on that hour, other reasons on the posture looking good for probably a high day run into close. That's why I stayed in the trade, because all the bear flag people are averaging down, on the way up as they're trying to average the trade on the way up. They're fighting the tape. They never got this back test, all that stuff. So that's how it played out. It was a little shaky because when I got in the trades, I don't know when I got in them. I got it somewhere in the flag here, and I added. Okay, I got in a few places here, but it was shaky with the posture, and I'm guessing I'm like, man, after the fact when I got in, I'm like, man, you could really make a really good case too for lower prices. So it was a very tough. Like when I got in, I would say the bulls had a 60% edge on the overall chart of who's going to win this battle here. Which way are we going? Are they going up or down? And the bulls had a 60% slight edge that the posture was looking more that we're pushing up. Without getting into all that, I should be eating my food right now because I got to work out at 4. But this is a late stream here. I wasn't planning on talking the whole way through. So yeah, now I feel even better that I made that $8, just because a little bit more, shoulda, coulda, woulda, rolled the dice here, caught a 3-bagger. But it felt good just to not lose on that trade there. That's another thing too. It's not about being right or wrong for me. For me, I just don't like losing. I just don't like to lose. And it's not an ego thing. I have to be right, and then when I stay in trades, it's not, oh, I gotta stay in because I gotta be right. It's not that. It's because usually the setups I take are good setups. So when they get broken, I'm still questioning that setup. I'm questioning, my initial analysis is still pretty sound, but as time goes on, the chart morphs and morphs and morphs and morphs into going against the original analysis. So like here in this bear flag, number one, you had a bear flag on the 5 minute, and on the hourly, the daily, the inverse. Man, it really was looking like we're gonna sell. Plus, you had a damn nice bear flag here. So had I got into this bear flag here, had I got into this, because right here on this candle, I was a little tempted. I'm like, man, it looks like they're gonna, not flush hard, but here we go. As I was in calls, I'm like, son of a bitch, it looks like they're going for it. So had I been in puts, and then as it slowly morphs, there's your bear flag. So that's not looking good. Then you're hoping, like, okay, maybe that pivot's going to hold. They're going to fake out. You're playing that game there. But as it morphs, well, clearly you're wrong, and it just never looked back there. Well, yeah, this daily was sure looking. I mean, it's still hanging in there. Right now, this is very shaky. It's very shaky how this is going to play out here. You shouldn't be strongly in favor of any side right now. Let wait for the setup. Don't be kind of guessing. If the chart's not like rock solid. So today was looking very good for more downside. Into next week. It's like, man, are they gonna have an ugly weekly close? And next week we're capitulating. It sure was looking like that. It sure was looking like that. So you could say I kind of got lucky, leaning towards the bullish side. That the chart tipped slightly in the scales of no, we're gonna break here. So I kind of got lucky in a sense. Not that I was going into today saying put. I was going into today with buy the dip based on last night's analysis. But going into next week, at a minimum, we should have a couple days of upside because of this. Because of this right here. Okay. So this look right here, at a minimum Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be a green day at a minimum. This is very unlikely for this Tuesday. I take that back. They could still close red Tuesday or whatever, because we could have an opening push. This could come up here, and could start to peter out. There's no guarantees here, but if you ask me, this is likely going to make its way to the zero line before and if we take another leg down. I didn't fully study the chart fully. Oh, by the way, too, 375 is very key. 375. This is for right now. This is an island bottom, and it's still holding. This is a textbook island bottom. Maybe not with the way the candles look on the daily, but this is an island bottom. Very rare. But this 375, we may capitulate next week or the week after. All that still could happen, but it's going to be an intra-week capitulation, meaning you'll have the daily will transform to go lower. We'll get a bullish divergence on that capitulation, and then we'll rip back up, getting our capitulation and taking back that weekly posture to rip out of the hole. Because right now this is still technically holding. Meaning they could come down again and bounce. It's shaky. I can't tell you how this is going to play out, but and you could have running divergences. So I mean, you never know. I mean, we could come down to 3 1/4 before it's all said and done. You don't know that. You could have running divergences, but usually weekly divergences. You're not going to hang around here for. Just look at the chart. Look at the weekly on the Stoch. Just look at the weekly and see where you've ever found them hanging around down here. Because if we're going to be, bouncing and then coming back down, this is going to be hanging around down here for what, another month or two? Like, that's very unlikely. Now, I'm not saying, have a bullish bias into every dip. Unless the chart's telling you to go long, don't assume that. But if you look at history, they don't hang around down there. Just the whole chart. If you look at the chart, they're not going to hang around and bounce around. A daily, sure, that can happen. But on here, usually you get your little divergence, and it resolves itself quickly. You get moves, okay? They don't hang around like that. So what I'm getting at is, if they're going to break that 360, it's likely going to be intra-week capitulation. Just out of nowhere. out of nowhere capitulation. Right now, I can't tell you how this is going to play out because it's not looking like this is just going to, with the slope that this has, I don't know how it would play out just, climbing out of here. I don't know how that's going to play out. If anything, I think this kind of like double bottoms here, cracks down again, and then rips up, if I had to take a guess. That would be my guess. So maybe another week they could, I don't know. I can't tell you. If they crack down, I don't tell you. I can't tell you. That's just speculation. Who knows? But anyway, I got to wrap this up here. After my hour-long speech here. So you got to take it day by day. But right now they're really guarding that 375. And my target was at a minimum a 360 break and 354 to 355. That's my guess, that they're going to come short of 350. That's my guess. If that's the low. If we're going to 330 or whatever, well then obviously, they're going to break 350, but you don't know that until it's over. But if it's a capitulation, then 360 break, 355 crack, probably coming short of 350, depending how we get there on the daily and everything. But, you got to take it day by day. It's a very tricky market. Very tricky market. So the weekly move was 380 and change. So they took back the weekly move into the close here. That was another reason why I didn't believe the downside too. Chart posture, weekly move at 380. I'm like, they're probably going to close at a minimum green. That was another reason for my long. But it's hard. Today wasn't easy. Wasn't easy at all. If you want it in hindsight, there was your entry. In hindsight, broke the trend line. Had a little back test on the 1 minute. There was your entry in hindsight. Don't eat carbs. Yeah, okay, as far as me streaming next week, I really don't know, guys, okay? So being completely honest with you guys, and I know I don't have to stream all day, I don't have to talk all day, okay, I understand all that, but if I'm streaming, I'm streaming. Doesn't mean I have to talk every minute, but, it's exhausting. I mean, mainly because I talk a lot, but it's because the mental focus. Today felt more relaxed. I was kind of looking on YouTube, watching some videos. I could go back to the chart. It's not hot in my room. Ever since I streamed, man, it got hot as hell in here. Even with the air on, I'm in a small room here, and it just gets trapped in here. Got to have my door closed if I'm streaming, because my bird, even with the door closed, you could hear him. As the afternoon comes around, the sun is kind of setting on my room. But it is exhausting, and I work all day. I trade in the morning, I work out, and then I work my slave job in the evening. So like it is mental and somewhat physical energy that I have to expend streaming. Now, I'm going to say this, and don't take this the wrong way. If there were more people in here, and somehow I could be making money off of this, that could change it. But it would really have to be enough money to quit my night job. Okay. That would, that's not going to happen. I've been streaming for a month and a half here. We got like, 10 people at most that come in the room. Part of the reason probably is because I don't make videos. And eventually I will make videos. I want to make some review videos of the channels I watch. Those videos could get some hits, bring some more people in here. And that's why I wanted to ask your opinion on my calls. I know how I feel. I know the truth deep inside, but I want to know what you guys thought, what your perspective is. So kind of tying into that, if we get more people and people are making money off my analysis, it could be like a pay-as-you-go thing. If you make money on the trade, share some love. But again, it's not about the money, but because it's there's a cost for me to stream. I have to pay a price to do this because of that, and that interfering with just going in my workout. I'm more exhausted, just overall energy. And it affects my trading. I got to figure that out. So getting to the point, I'm gonna take it day by day, but I plan. That's why it's called Final Friday. So I planned on not streaming on Tuesday. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I want to go back to the old me because granted the market kind of sucked ever since we dropped under 415. Part of me was kind of wondering, did I kind of lose my touch a little bit because I'm talking so much and I'm not in I'm not as deep in the zone as I am just by myself in my head. Okay. Um, I'm not as deep as a focus as I could be. So I have to do my own experiment to see how this has affected my trading. Okay. So if you don't see me next week, well, probably not all week. I'll probably pop on, kind of like today. So if Tuesday, by 10 o'clock, I catch a 5-bagger and I'm up like $500. Okay, you better believe I'll be popping on, and we'll be having I'll be lighting off the leftover fireworks if something like that happens. Okay. And then I'll go into a speech, about how I took the trade and all that stuff. So, yeah, not everyone's here too. So for right now, obviously it's you, Vlad, and I'm guessing TUA. So, I'll wait for IT and maybe other people next week to kind of have this talk again. So just to reiterate, I didn't do this for money, but because of the mental and somewhat physical cost of streaming, and it possibly affecting my trading. Mainly it affecting my trading. It's hot in my room. There's all the things I'm talking about. So we'll take it day by day. Maybe I'll pop on for a little bit. Give some analysis, share some trade ideas, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But it did kind of feel good today. I had more reserves, and as the trading day went on, just not turning on the screen, my second monitor, it wasn't as hot. Kind of back to my old self, you could say, with my focus. Yeah. So whatever. We'll see here. I didn't get a notification. IT. I gotta have a talk with him because he's been making some sick money off my calls. And when I talked about getting a Cash App or whatever, Vlad, you and him were the two guys who were like, oh, I'm ready. Let me know, and I'm ready to share some love here. Oh wow, man, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And man, if I could quit my slave job, oh man, you better. I would be streaming every day. Maybe I wouldn't be here every second of the day talking. I talk a lot. Okay, like I talk a lot. Once I get started, you know, again, it's for the love of the game. Um, yeah, hold on a second. Let me get in here. I'm trying to see. I saw. Let's see. Hold on. Let me try to see. I see it hit, but I'm trying to see. Where the hell is the? Hold on a second. I'm trying to see the. Where the hell? I'm trying to see where you sent it. I see it there. What the hell? Before it just took you right there. Hold on a second. Notifications.
I'm trying to just to see like the transaction. What the hell? Why the hell? Like I'm trying to see transactions. Where the hell is this at here? Hold on. Like, are you kidding me? Why am I not seeing this? Like I'm just trying to go to the transaction. Oh, by the way, did you see on Cash App? Um, the freaking pyramid with the eye? Are you kidding me? When you click on banking to, I guess, get a cash card, it says start banking now. It's got a Roman Colosseum with a pyramid top with the eye. Like, where do you go to see the transactions? What the hell? What am I missing here? Like, yeah, go to you can go to direct deposit, and it'll say start banking now. So I guess when it wants to link your direct deposit or your bank transfer to like hook up the checking account, I guess it says start banking now, and it's got the Roman Colosseum pillars with the pyramid top with the eye in the middle, like looking left and right. Okay, like this is. Can you tell me right where you go to transactions? Am I just stupid or what? Like the last time I went there, like immediately you could click it and it showed the transaction details. What the hell's going on here? Why can't I notifications? That's just the options. Like how do I see the transactions? What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, there we go. That's weird. You got to go to like where it shows the dollar amount, where you could type in request or pay, and at the top there's like a clock symbol, and it shows activity. That's all I wanted. Like, are you kidding me? It should be like a bottom button showing like transactions, but when you're in the screen where you could type in like a phone like a calculator for the amount, there's a clock icon, and then it shows it. Okay, that's what I want to see because I wanted to reply with some love. All right, there we go. You should get it now. All right, man. Thanks. Yeah, and so, man, you guys already know. Like, I can't stand my slave job. It's so easy. It's just like such a waste of life. Like, yeah, it's like I got to do it for bills and survival, but it's just like I don't have any options because I could only take like an evening job because of trading. So there's not many options, and this one's like easy. It's like it's close by. Like I'm not gonna just find another stupid slave job, but it's like it's just like it's a waste of life. Like just because the job's easy, like I'd rather be doing something for the same money that applies myself more, or more money that applies myself more, and I could do something more productive, so to speak. And then just I work with idiots. I mean, most people are idiots, but they're just man, I can't stand people, and that's why I love trading. I don't got to deal with people. But yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I'll probably make it as a trader before I can make enough money, teaching and mentoring on here. Just because we would need like 100 people in here at $5. I don't care if they are. Um, so if we had 100 people in here at $5 a week, I could quit my job. If I could make $500 a week, I wouldn't have to work my slave job. So again, obviously it's not for the money. $5, $500 a week is nothing. This is like bare minimum survival here. I'm talking about. It's not even to buy a new computer because if I got a new Ryzen, it'd probably be much cooler than this old AMD FX. That's part of the reason why my room cooks up is because I'm running. It's a good chip, but they run hot. But if I can't get a Ryzen because I need a whole new rig, motherboard, chip, and RAM. The graphics card and case and all that other stuff. I got a good power supply. All that can stay, but graphics board, motherboard, chip, and RAM. So a new computer would run me probably, I don't got to get anything crazy, but that probably costs, I don't know what RAM is. I know back in the day I used to get like 8 gigs of RAM for like $50. I haven't looked at prices, with the chip shortage and shit and inflation. Who knows what, like 16 gigs would cost you nowadays, but a minimum $500 for a computer, I absolutely can't afford that. Not that I need a new computer. It would be more so for running cooler in my room for streaming. So that's why that would help. So it's not so hot in my room. But again, man, I went into, when I first started streaming, I was hoping we'd get more people, and we could do like a $5 a week subscription type of thing, and get as much as that as I could, and then possibly some donations, some kickbacks on some trade ideas, and that, hopefully that would have been enough to so I could quit my job. So I would like to do that regardless of being able to make money from streaming or not. I want to quit my job no matter what. No, I know content, and so I thought of that. So maybe in the meantime, we'll see. I got so much shit to do. I'm so busy. Like during the week, I have no time. But maybe I'll make some videos, some like market update videos, and one way that I could get subscribers, and this is like the second reason, but I want to do some review videos of some channels I watch, some very awesome channels, just to show them some love. So people go check out these channels that have helped me tremendously. So if people see that video, they could come across me, check me out. That could bring in some more people. But one of the guys I follow every day, I don't want to say he's like me, I'm like him, or whatever. But people in the comments will be like, "Oh, so it can go up and it can go down. All right, cool." And that's trading, But that same guy that I watch every day that I love, he it's like he says it like me, like, oh, they may push it up, and they may push it down. Like, you don't know. That's trading. But he's also the guy who doesn't like indicators, and I'm gonna definitely chew him out for that. After I make a video, praising his channel, I'm gonna make a critique video, and I'm gonna call him out on that, and I'm gonna challenge him to a trading challenge that I can out trade him using only MACD. So I may make that one of these days. But here, since we got a 3-day weekend, I'll share this. I think I shared it before in the other room, but this is a guy that really transformed my trading. Probably the best. This was probably a turning point for me. As far as he helped me trust the chart. Okay? He helped me trust the chart. Because, you could see the setup there. When it feels wrong, it's usually right. When it feels right, it's usually wrong. So it's like the setup's there. It's like the awesome setup. But then, pulling the trigger. So this is the guy that helped me trust the chart. It's like, that's the chart in front of me. These are the facts right now. These are facts right now. So you have to take the trade. Because the facts in front of you are saying, this is likely to happen. So anyway, check this guy out on the weekend. He's debatably my favorite channel. He does weekly analysis, and so you guys can watch it over the weekend to give perspective. And he's very, very, he's probably, man, if I had to pick, it's tough to say. There's another guy, but man, he's probably the best in my opinion. He's probably the best. And he uses MACD. I've always used MACD, but he gave me more trust in not just MACD but the chart. So he uses many different things to analyze. Sometimes usually MACD, Bollinger Bands. I don't think he uses stochastics. He uses what's that one thing?
DeMarc charts. Yeah, DeMarc charts. He uses different things um, that can be useful at different times, because there's certain setups that this indicator is a very giving you a very high probability that it's going to turn out this way. So that's why there's no one thing that works. It's all pieces of the puzzle. All right. Anyway, enough talking. I talked for like an hour and a half here. There you go. Can't help myself. But end of the week, good. I saved the week. I saved the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, no, trust me. You're not going to get sick of them. I love every minute of it. I usually eat my dinner when I get home tonight after work, and I watch his videos. I usually watch him Friday night after work with dinner. Sometimes Saturday. Sometimes he releases them a little late, and I have to watch him tomorrow. But yeah, he's great. He's absolutely great. So yeah, good way to end the week. Saving 4th of July. Next week, I don't know. As of right now, don't expect me to come on Tuesday. I'm definitely not going to start off Tuesday. If I come on Tuesday, it's probably going to be because I had an awesome trade. All right, and I'll be pumped up, and I might come on for, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But all right, guys. Happy 4th of July. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you when I see you. Later.